Look, I
Okay,
got
well
time.
let's bring in Rob Fishborn, who reviewed the Churchill Tavern,
Oh
Okay.
yes.
and that's a 5-star review. This guy's we usually only do like 1-star reviews, but here's 5. If I were ever to move to New York City, this pub would definitely be my local. Which it's a bar, dude.
And also, it's tough to, you know how expensive, like, where is it? Because you might not be able to find a place to make it your local, judging on what depending on what neighborhood it's in.
Well, I love, he says, a very authentic British pub, complete with an old-style snug bar. The landlord keeps an excellent pint of Fuller's London Pride, which is served in an old-school British pint mug with dimples and the handle. The food was delicious as well. I had the steak and ale pie with proper chips and a side of curry sauce. I loved the Churchill wartime speeches playing on a continuous loop in the gents. LOL. I've already planned my next visit the day after Thanksgiving to watch the England versus USA World Cup game. It should be a great day out. So that guy was an American guy who he's fully bought in.
Wait, that guy was American? Why did he love the, I know, like, I just feel like loving the Winston Churchill. Maybe he was saying LOL, so maybe that was like, I loving that, like, in a sort of silly way, because I think it would be weird to really love that.
I think he was
laughing. I mean, there is a type of American guy that absolutely fucking loves England. I can tell you that much.
I know. Okay. And Ireland, really. My father-in-law.
Oh, God, yeah.
My father-in-law is like Irish, but he was born here. He's never been to Ireland. He grew up in the fucking southern Ohio, but like everything in his house has like Irish stuff. And he like will say, when you go to his house, he'll be like Aaron Gabra or whatever that thing is.
Yeah. No, I have a friend from Dublin, and we're always laughing about Americans who think they're Irish, and the last Irish relative came over here in like 1912 or something.
Yeah, it's so funny, and like I'm sure a lot of them fall in love. I mean, here's what I think happens with a lot of these guys. They think that everybody in Britain and Ireland is white.
And, you think they might be racist?
Yes, I do think a lot of those guys.
I totally agree.
Yeah, it is weird that out of all of the sort of European, there's just so many European people who came over to North America so long ago, and they have this like mixed, but it's the people who are like, from Ireland, who are like, I'm Irish. Like, it'd be like me being like, like I have Norwegian, like if you go back, like my great grandmother or whatever or something. But that would be like me, like really thinking of myself as a Norwegian and like having the Norway stuff up or whatever.
The only ones who come close, I think, to the Irish in America is Italians in America.
Oh,
they love saying they're Italian.
Of course. Of course. We have Little Italy in Vancouver, and it's wild.
It's weird because my dad told me when I was younger that we were English. Like that's what our family's from. And I thought it was really funny. Like the day after that, I was just like, I'm not going to tell anybody that. So I just told people I was Irish.
Why did you think Irish was better? No, not to say it's not.
We have
such
anything, a branding problem, don't we?
But it does seem. I thought that you were going to say like, oh, I just didn't want people to think, but then you actually wanted them to think you were Irish. That's.
Yeah, because my mom, I think, comes from Irish.
Oh, people. I see. So I get it.
It is cooler. I mean, I'm totally happy to say it. Like, I think if you have sort of English heritage or whatever in America, that's nothing. I mean,
cares.
That's just vanilla, isn't it?
Yeah, nobody cares. They assume everybody they don't know. You know what I mean?
Colin Farrell's real cool. The Banshees of Inisherin or whatever. That did make it seem really cool. But it's like the saddest, bleakest movie of all time.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
I mean, Island rocks, to be clear.
I also, though, I will say I do like England. Like I watch footy. I do like a lot of English TV and movies, and I kind of am sort of a little bit like that, where I'm like some fan.
But if somebody asks you, like, let's say you're down here traveling somewhere and somebody says, like, what is your heritage? Like,
Already
say
a very,
Canadian.
very spooky question. to
First
be
off, I
asked,
would
first
say,
of all,
what's
as a white
going on
person.
here? What's going on here, brother? What are you trying to get at, my man? I would probably start asking questions myself. But yeah, if it came down to it and I found that they didn't have some strange motives, I would probably say I'm a Canadian person. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would say I would probably now in 2023, I would just say I'm from Ohio, which is
Yeah.
like a type of guy that is generally what I am. Like everybody kind of recognizes me as very Ohioan. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, my father-in-law, like I said, he did his. What I think he did is he did his family tree, and
Yeah.
he got back to Ireland. Like as soon as he saw Ireland, he was just like, okay, yeah, I drink Guinness now and Bass, and like he was very much like I'm sure he even would like real ale. And like I said, he had a friend who his wife worked with an English guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking poor guy would come over and I would ask him to do like Austin Powers lines and stuff like that. Like I genuinely feel bad for the way I treated that guy after a while. But my father-in-law would just sit there and spend all of his time trying to impress him by talking about like Irish and English history that he had read, probably like the most surface level shit. And that was when I realized like, white guys in the United States are so fucking weird, you know.